Welcome, attendees. We have Director of National Lifestyle Radio at Warner Records, who has over a decade of experience in radio promotion, artist development. His current roster includes Saweetie, NLEChoppa, and many more. We also have Jay, who is a former executive at iHeartRadio, Fox, NBC, Universal Music Publishing. Welcome, everyone. We are excited to dive into how Blip is revolutionizing fan power music experiences and why this is a game changer for artists, labels, and fans alike. Today, we are joined by OP, Director of National Lifestyle Radio at Warner Records, who brings a deep expertise in fan engagement and artist development. We'll be breaking down how artists can use Blip to turn casual listeners into active participants, create those viral moments, and make every Blip count. Fans' engagement has changed so much in recent years. Opie, what are some of the biggest shifts you've seen in how artists connect with their audience?
The biggest shift I've seen, I come from the old school background of non-social media, so when the whole social media thing came in, everything just started shifting. Everybody was trying to get to social media, and everybody was trying to post on social media because that was the wave. That was the way to try to get yourself out there faster. That was a tool to try to get yourself out there faster to the masses and things like that. That was a quick change because people time span is slim to none. So I think people just got lazy and they thought it was an easier way to, like I said, to get themselves out there. But now at this moment, I feel like, I don't know, Jamal, maybe you can agree with me with this, maybe not, but I just feel like a lot of these artists are getting a little lazy and they're depending on social media now. Instead of going outside, shaking hands, doing the old school promo marketing from back in the day, they're trying to figure an easier way out to get on or get famous or whatever they want to call it. And there's other ways to do it, but I feel like that was a real drastic switch and change because it was a shift, and then everybody wanted to do music. It was a lot of rappers come out of nowhere, a lot of singers come out of nowhere. When YouTube started coming into play, when Facebook started coming into play, Instagram, TikTok. Before TikTok, it was we were just talking about this other musically, but what was the one? Vine. Yep. That was one. So Vine was another tool that people used because it made a real switch in the industry. They was like, oh, we could do Vine. People getting famous off Vine. So now we have TikTok now, and people using that as a tool to try to transition themselves in a better position. But I feel like when social media came in and a lot of artists came, I feel like that was a drastic switch. Like it really switched the whole industry a lot. Like
it did, bro. And the thing is that like the phone is a satellite and it's giving people the opportunity to connect with their core audience. But the problem is that they think it only lives on social media where people live in the real world. So you have to have multiple touch points, right? You got to have the experiential. Radio is still relevant. You got to have concerts. You got to have socials as well. It's like you can't just be an artist in real life and then not have a social media presence, but you can't also just have a social media presence and not connect with your fans in real life. That's how we get the situations where an artist single like outlives their whole image. Like, it's kind of like, how fast the TikTok, like microwaves of success, but then it's like their song is bigger than them.
Right.
Like people could be standing next to that artist and they have no clue who that person is. So that's why guerrilla marketing is still important. Flyers, posters, it's complimentary. And, that's where the artist, and in the perspective of probably a lot of artists watching this webinar, that's where you're failing. Essentially, like it's not just going to be social media, and tools like Blip is going to help enhance that, but it gives you the 360 experience of directly connecting with your core audience.
Absolutely. I agree. It's just they can't really put the face with the music. You know what I mean? They'd be like, okay, the music is dope, but what does the kid look like?
That's right.
Y'all don't know what he look like because you're not engaging. with your fans. They're not seeing your face. You're not going outside. You're not doing the proper things to get people to engage with you. So that's when Blip comes into play. So where like you get to engage with your fans, they get to see you. They get to see your face. They get to see you in real time. They get to see you post. They get to see you here. So now they get to, not saying they can't see your face on TikTok, but I feel like Blip is more, it breaks it down more to where you can get better engagement, it gets deep down to this core to where you can reach more outreach than TikTok. You can do other things on there. You know, TikTok, all you can do is live, post, pick pictures. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Blip, you can do live, you can post, you can put your interaction with the artist, you can interact with the, like I said, a lot of stuff you can do on that app. So
that's right.
I really feel like this app can really change the game once it's really come into play and people really understand what we're trying to do.
That part.
Jay, you've worked in radio, artist marketing, and fan engagement. What first got you interested in this space?
It was definitely just my love for music. You know, and it's kind of funny, like how basically me and OP met, because like I was an artist myself, and you remember like I was performing at those parties and stuff. He was actually bringing like celebrities, like the rejects of people to my parties before in LA, and basically like, you know, I wanted to get on, so I was trying to find like different kind of ways to reverse engineer it. So I was like putting my music online with magazines and stuff. Like I was like blogging and stuff, connecting it, you know. So I was getting exposure from that. Like celebrities were talking to me because they wanted interviews, but they're also listening to my music. And so that's how I got on with the Universal Music Publishing. But that's how also we connected, because I remember you were working with one of Chris Brown's artists, Sabrina Antoinette.
Yeah, Sabrina Antoinette, yeah.
Yep. And you were working her record, and you needed the press. And so like, just imagine that, like a dude working with Chris Brown Entertainment hitting me up because I was blogging, but I was also an independent artist. And so that's how we first connected. And then of course, like, you know, just OP being a really great dude, and just us being solid, you know, solid, not salad, you know, straight up, where we kept the relationship. Like he was saying he see me level up, like, because the grind, like, because you know, you connect with people that have a similar grind as you. So like we organically had a similar grind, always, like year after year we connected somehow, just kept talking. And then he see me level up and get into iHeartRadio, and like, you know what I'm saying, and he been working with the record label, so it's just like a perfect situation. So that's kind of my backstory of it.
Absolutely.